Hello there and welcome back to TakenOffAir, or that's what I would be saying if it wasn't for the fact that, unfortunately, we did terribly, and for all of our comments in the past, we have now been arrested by the governments of Australia, America, Germany, France, the UK, Scotland, the UK, Her Majesty's government, United States, Germany, and France. I know it sounds like we've been arrested by the same countries twice. I suppose they are basically companies. But the issue is that basically our crimes were bad enough to be arrested twice. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that there's not going to be an episode this week. Sorry, guys. But I am going to ramble on for a little bit because the others are in jail. And, well, it's my job to get them out, so we're going to formulate a plan to get them out. Now, you see, there's an easy plan that I think will work, and it's as simple as this. Jails are too comfy. Jails, in a lot of places in the world, are basically like rent-free flats. So if I get arrested too, we can run the podcast from jail. What do you think? Do you think that would be a good idea? Because everything that you ever say about jails makes them look so bloody comfy. Anyway, yes, Jay isn't here, Stefan isn't here, Jordan isn't here, Phil isn't here. I am the only one here. I've taken my pills, and the voices have vanished. Oh no, it's so... How do you people deal with being sane? It's so terrible. I have shelves to put up. It's so boring. How do you be like this? But yes, just to let you know that we will not have an episode this week. We will indeed just be listening to me being silly and being ridiculous. So if you would like to turn off now, you may do so and skip until next week's episode. Because next week we should have an actual episode with all of us here and actual topics. But for now, you will listen to me rambling about how I am terrible at watercolor painting. I tried to do it. I bought some watercolors and attempted my first watercolor painting since I was about 2, and it failed miserably. The tree looked like it was painted by someone who was 2. So I suppose I was staying on par. And also, fucked up the sky. How did I fuck up the sky? Well, white isn't white. So it just looked like someone came on the page. It's not very nice, no, I agree. It's so terrible. But I do have a question for all of you lovely people out there. And it's simply this. Prisons have Xboxes, they have TVs, they have everything like that. I mean, there's even some countries where they have to bribe the people out of their cells because it's so comfortable. I'm not making this up, people. I am not making this up. This is how stupid and ridiculous it is. That once upon a time, in Norway, a maximum security prison had to pay people 53 kroner, the equivalent of $9 or 2 pence, per day to the prisoners to leave the cells. Yes, they had to pay the prisoners to leave their cells because they were equipped with games consoles, mini fridges, and a window with no bars. It was legitimately a flat, a rent-free flat. They got paid for living in the place. That is like you telling me I can go and live in a flat and get paid to live there. Not me pay them, they pay me. Which is absolutely ridiculous. And the best thing is the guard stations were tiny and cramped to encourage them to interact with the prisoners. I don't know if the people in charge of these prisons realised this, but prison is meant to be a punishment. It is meant to be rehabilitation and punishment. It is not meant to be comfy and cozy to the point that you will probably want to stab someone just so you can go in there. I'm pretty sure if the prisons like that were so cushy and comfy and you got paid to be in prison, I feel like I would have stabbed Stefan by now just to get in there. And you would end up doing pacts. You know how you hear about those suicide pacts, like double suicides, like murder suicides, you kill me, I kill myself, that sort of thing. Wait, we would have the system where it's just Stefan would stab me, I'd stab Stefan, Jay would stab Jordan, Jordan would stab Jay, we'd just all stab each other, stand in a circle and stab the person to the right of you, then all go to prison for attempted murder or some shit, and just live a cushy life. That's what it sounds like. I mean, Jesus. I'd love to get paid to live somewhere. Anybody in England have somewhere you want someone to live, to be paid for? Go for it. It's like the challenges. I love those challenges at like haunted places where it's like, this place is so haunted, if you stay here for an entire night, the stay is free. Yes, I'll do that. I'll happily do that. I'll fall asleep. A ghost could be sitting there on my lap, punching me in the face, and I would probably still sleep through it. I would probably feel a bit cold, but I'd still sleep through it. A poltergeist could throw the TV across the room, and I'd probably just grunt and mull over and go back to sleep, honestly. Because that's just... well, it's the way I am, honestly. I can sleep through anything. But, yeah. This prison had 3 main units, and receives prisoners all over the world. It has no conventional security devices, and is the second largest prison in Norway. It's focused on rehabilitation, and its design simulates life outside the prison. That defeats the purpose of a prison! It was established in 2010. Among other activities, sports and music are available to the prisoners, who interact with the unarmed staff to create a sense of community. Praised for its humane conditions, the prisoners received an Ornstein-Arenberg Award for its interior design. If a prison gets an award for interior design, it's not doing a good enough job being a fucking prison. What, did fucking Ian and Karen... not Ian and Karen. Who the fuck are they? I don't know, but did the guys from DIY SOS just end up coming in? I know it's a different show that I've gotten completely different to, but did they just come in and say, nah, that needs to be changed, we'll do this for you, and just make it nice? Did they just say, right, we'll turn this into a block of flats, and then change the mind and turn it into a prison at the last minute? Because honestly, from the sounds of it, the prisoners can do everything but leave. It has also received criticism for being too liberal. I mean, I highly agree. There's a picture of it, and it does just look like an office building. Apparently, every prison cell is 10 square meters, or 110 square foot for anyone who works in feet, and has a flat-screen television desk, a mini-fridge, a toilet with a shower, an unbarred vertical window that lets in more light, and every 10 to 12 cells share a common area with a kitchen and a living room. It's a house share! You are living in a mansion in a house share. It's like it's just living in a mansion with 10 or 12 other people. That's all it is. The kitchen is stainless steel silverware, porcelain plates, and a dining table, and the living room has a modular couch and a video game system. While the prison provides food, the prisoners can also buy ingredients at its grocery shop and cook their own meals. This is legitimately just living normally. Inmates are locked in their cells 12 hours a day, but they are encouraged to maximize their time outside. Prisoners have an incentive of £5.60 a day to leave their cells. The prisoner's governor stated that the fewer activities the prisoners have, the more aggressive they become. There is an activities house, and from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. there are practices on jogging trails and a football field, while woodworking, cooking, and music classes are also offered. At the mixing studio, the inmates may record music and a monthly program broadcast by the local radio station. A library with books, magazines, CDs, and DVDs, and a gym with a rock climbing wall and a chapel is also available. Prisoners even receive questionnaires about how their prison experience can be improved. That is not a prison, that is a all-for-catering hotel. That is an all-catering hotel that pays you to stay there. Can I go to this prison, please? You live there free. You have no worries in life. You get paid to live there. You get food. You get fucking games. The only bad side about it is that you are locked in your cells 12 hours a day. Guess what? If they're encouraging this much activity, and it says that you can go from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., I can guarantee that is the 12 hours that they are meant to be asleep. And at night, if that's the case, I am perfectly fine with that. Because that means you can play video games from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., then get locked in your cell, and just sit there and read a book or some shit. It is legitimately my perfect fucking living conditions. It is what would happen if society no longer needed people to work. This is what it would look like. This is, if you took away the paying them, and just had them do stuff like that. It's what society would look like if nobody had to work, except you had to lock them up at night. It is a perfect society in my mind, which is ridiculous, because it's completely setting them up wrong. It says it's a rehabilitation centre, but it's not rehabilitating them for anything, because life outside is worse than that. Life outside that prison is worse than life inside that prison. They have no bills or anything to worry about. How the fuck do they... That's just ridiculous to me. That is just ridiculous. How? How? Can I go to this prison? I'm gonna message the lads and ask if I can get stabbed and go to the prison or something. Because honestly, it's lovely. They're allowed to receive their families, partners, or friends privately twice a week for 2 hours. That's more than enough socialising time for me, honestly. Individual rooms containing a sofa, sink, and cupboard with sheets, towels, and condoms are available for single-person visits. For those with families, a larger room with toys and baby-changing facilities is available. So, if you locked me in my room, this is what it would be like. Just lock me in my room after 8 o'clock. Me not having to go to work and you paying me to stay in my room. All you would have to do is add a kitchen. This is what it sounds like to me. This sounds just... They're living my life but better. How is that possible? They don't have to work for this. I cannot stress this enough. It's a rehabilitation centre that is better than the life that they will be exiting into. I wonder how many of those people get outside, realise it's shit, and then go back in because they just do something to get arrested again. Because I went to prison there, after all of that, and I got let out, I just want to go straight back in. I mean, you hear stories of like homeless people purposely getting arrested at Christmas so they've got a place to stay in the cold winter months and stuff like that. This place, you just want to live there permanently. It sounds like a haven. Can we just make this into normal life? When we create the Scottish country, the proud Scottish country, me and the lads, we will design a society like this. We won't lock you away after 8 o'clock. We don't give a shit about that. But honestly, the society sounds so nice. Like, it's just a house share. It's a mansion house share. You've got to share a kitchen with 10 or 12 other people and share a living room with them. But other than that, you're basically free to do what the fuck you want. They've got all the activities. They get paid to be there. That's the stupid thing. That's the bit that annoys me the most. They get paid to be in prison. Who the fuck thought that was a good idea? Who pays people to be in prison? That is just stupid. That is just... Ugh. Oh, ooh. Even better. There is a separated chalet-style house where prisoners can receive visits from family members and stay with them for 24 hours. The house has a small kitchen, 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, a living room with a dining table, a sofa and a television, as well as an outdoor play area with toys. They can live in a house for 24 hours with their family free of charge. So when they get sick of being in a flat for a bit, they can go to the house for 24 hours. This is ideal life. They are giving these prisoners ideal life. No wonder none of them fucking want to leave. I wouldn't want to leave. It sounds like the staff have a worse time than the fucking prisoners. I mean, the unarmed, they eat meals and play sports with the inmates. They're supposed to create a sense of family with the inmates and everything. And their guard stations were designed to be tiny and cramped to encourage officers to interact more with the inmates. This is Halden Prison in Norway. Can I get arrested and go to Halden Prison in Norway? What do I need to do to get arrested to go to this place? It says it's maximum security. I don't think maximum security has the same fucking definition over there that it does here. Because that's ridiculous. That is just... my brain cannot wrap around this concept. They get a better life than 90% of the fucking world outside the prison. No, fuck that, I'm gonna correct it. They get a better life than anybody outside the prison. They get the best fucking life in the world from the sounds of it. It is my ideal life. I don't need to do shit. I can do whatever I want at my leisure, as long as I am in my cell by 8 p.m. Which is perfectly fine, because I would have spent the entire day doing shit outside the cell. By then, I will be sick of the 10 or 12 people and want to be in my cell to have me time. Honestly, the way I am, I could happily stay in my cell the entire fucking time. Come out maybe once a month. This is perfect and ideal. Fuck it, I'm gonna say my girlfriend wants to get arrested with us. I'm gonna go to Norway, get arrested. This is the plan. We're gonna go to Norway, get arrested. Gonna live scot-free and get paid. I'm gonna have family visits. And then that's it. Life sorted. It sounds like a good life plan, honestly. Disclaimer, I'm not encouraging anybody to do this, because you've got no guarantee that you'll get into that prison. But it sounds like a life plan. It sounds like a perfect life plan, honestly. I quite like it. I enjoy it. My life plan. Sorted. There we go. Done. Deal. Done. Halden Prison. Best prison in the world. Sorted. I'm just so happy about it. It's the best prison in the world. Sorry, I know I'm going a little bit crazy. It's because I'm alone, so I'm talking to myself. And I'm sort of fluffing it up. Because I thought, why not? Let's make a 30-minute episode. And then I realised talking to myself for 30 minutes can be just a little bit difficult. Because, guess what? It's me talking to myself. Although I do it enough as it is, it's never cohesive or understandable, unfortunately. I talk to myself all the time, but unfortunately it never makes sense to anybody else who is listening. That is why I am on the pills to hear Stefan, Jordan and Jay's voices. Actually, no. I took the pills. It's why I don't take the pills, so I can hear their voices. I miss them. I am all alone. Hey, how's your day? My day's going good. My day's going well. It's Friday, which means the weekend. Which means you get free plans to do whatever the hell you wish. Or you would do if society didn't burn you out. So what instead you do is you spend the weekend resting and recuperating, catching up on all the chores that you didn't manage to do during the week, such as washing those dishes and putting the clothes on the line, all that sort of stuff. And then by the time you've done all that, it's 9 o'clock at night and you think, I can't be bothered to do anything. So you sit down, you watch some TV for a few hours, and then you look over and you think, it's about time for bed, I'm a bit tired. So you go to bed, and then you wake up the next day, and it's Sunday. And then you go, right, I'm going to be productive today. I'm going to go out and do something. And then you look up, and cinema's got fuck all that you want on. You can't be asked to drive to the countryside because you need to save money for the petrol to be able to go to work the next week. You've like your friends are all busy; they're all doing something. Your family's all got plans, or they're all dead, or something like that. So then you just decide, you know what, fuck it, there's this book that I've read that I've wanted to read. I'll look for the book, and I'll read the book. Or there's this game I've wanted to play, so I'll play the game. So you get up, you get sorted, you get dressed and everything. Or some people just sit in pajamas. Don't know how you can do that. How can you sit in pajamas all day? I just feel filthy. Maybe it's just because I'm a clean freak, but I just feel filthy. But anyway, you'll look for the thing. And you'll spend all day looking for it. And you'll never fucking find it. And you'll stop at some point and go, you know what, I'm hungry. I'm going to make some food. But because it's Sunday, and you can't be asked to do anything, you might decide to cook something, but it's never going to be anything spectacular. It's never going to be like an extravagant thing. I mean, honestly, I'm fine with just a toasty. That's what I've had now. It's nice, it's quick, it's simple, and it doesn't take forever. I like quick meals that are easy and quick to make. Anyway, so you have your toasty or your cereal or whatever you can be bothered to make, and then you'll think, right, okay, I'll watch some TV. You'll watch some TV while you're eating. So you watch some TV, or you'll like some YouTube, or you'll stream something, and then you'll think, that was a good episode. I'll go on the next one. Or that was a good film, I wonder if there's a sequel. And then you'll do this for the next 4 or 5 hours. Because you will lose track of time, and not realise that you've been sitting on your arse for 4 or 5 hours. And then you'll go up, you'll need the toilet, or you'll be hungry again. So you'll get out the chair, and you'll go do something. Then you'll come back. Some of you may realise that you've got the time. You may realise the time and go, oh shit, and then start and look for the book or the game again, or whatever it is. But a lot of you won't even bother looking at a clock or anything. We'll just sit back down and press play. Or turn the TV off mute, or turn it back on, or whatever. And we'll just sit there and continue watching the TV. And before you know it, another 3 or 4 hours have passed. By now, it's getting a bit late. Can't really be bothered to do anything. You've been sitting on your arse all day, so you don't really want to move. The percussion started creating an incove of where your arse is, starting to make an outline of your body on it. So then you think, I can't be bothered with anything, so I'll leave it for another day. So you'll get up and you'll leave it for another day. Then you'll have a burst of inspiration. And you'll go, no, I'm going to do something. I am going to paint, or I'm going to write, or I'm going to do something. And then by the time you've gathered all the materials to do said thing, that inspiration has fucked off. It has gone far away into fucking nowhere land where you can't find it because it's covered in depressed shit that just sits there and goes, can't be arsed. What if watching another what about another episode? Another episode. And 90% of us will give in to that. And we'll go, yeah, you're right. Can't be arsed anymore. Let's just sit down, watch another film or watch another episode. And you'll do that. And the same thing will happen. And then you'll look over to the clock, and you'll realise it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. And you'll be like, fuck. I've got work tomorrow. Shit. Better turn it off. So you'll turn it off and you'll go to bed. And you'll sleep. But some of us will toss and turn. Because we know that we've got work tomorrow, but we also know that we've done fuck all that weekend. And we'll do fuck all the next weekend. And that my dear friends, is the cycle of working life, unfortunately. Although it is the cycle of any life. Because humans lack motivation a lot of times for a lot of things. What we need to do is strive forwards. For instance, I am lacking motivation to do the next 5 minutes and make this a 30-minute episode. But I will strive forwards. Do you know why? Because I have all of you that I need to entertain somehow. I have all of you that I need to talk to. Although I am just talking to myself, you know what I mean. We have a responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility, as an old man once said. Then again, an old man also said, give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Slap a man with a fish, and he's scarred for fucking life. So, and that's how vegetarians are made. Anyway, off topic, but hey. Yes, so anyway, keep that motivation, people, is what I'm saying. I am going to keep on trying to paint watercolours. I'm sure the lads have got projects they're going to work on. I'm also going to try and read this book that I've been meaning to read for a couple of months. I'm also going to try and save money. And by doing how I will do this is I'm going to sit here and organise my finances once I'm off this. I'm going to sit and make a checklist and everything, because it is something that I've been putting off for far too long. And I implore all of you, if there's anything that you've been putting off for ages, and you might blame the pandemic, or you might blame just not having the time or anything like that, I implore you all, make the time. Find some way to do the thing that you love, or to do the thing that you want to do. Find some way to continue on and strive forward. Because practice makes perfect with everything. But in order to have practice, you need to start. So I am going to start my painting. And I'm going to bid you all a very, very good night. And I'm going to make you a promise that if I stick to my plan and paint and actually practice and get good at painting, I might, no guarantee, but I might at one point do a painting video in a sort of Bob Ross style, just to, I don't know, help people relax, and you'll be able to see that I have stuck to my motivation, and I want all of you to stick to your motivations. I want you all, or some of you at least, to find some motivation to do something. And if you want, please feel free to comment on our Facebook or Twitter or our Patreon or anything like that. You'll find we're TakenOffAir. TakenOffAir podcast usually brings us up on most things. Just look for our logo. Just leave a comment or message telling us what you are motivated to do, what you are going to strive to do. And then I want you to stick to it and show us progress. I want you to show us the progress that you've done. Because I want to be able to say that I am proud of what I've done, and I am proud of what you've done. Because I am proud of what you have done this week. All of you that have went to work and survived, all of you that have children and have struggled with illness or just tiredness from looking after them, or just looking after your significant other, or looking after yourself. Because there's a lot of stigma with you have to have a family and everything these days. But you be you. If you want to be alone, be alone. Most of the time I prefer being alone myself. I like the feeling of being alone. It is my happy place. So all of you out there, I am proud of you, and I want to be proud of your motivation to do something. Even if that is just learn to write that letter that you wanted to write. Improve your handwriting. Read that book that you wanted to read. Finish that TV series that you've been putting off for a year. Finish that painting, or practice that painting that you want to do. Learn knitting. Anything like that. Just let us know, and know that we are proud of you. I am proud of you. And I am very happy to be your host. Thank you very much for listening. I know this has been an up, down, all-around weird podcast. But like I said, normal scheduling should resume next week, hopefully, where we will have more than just me rambling on. Thank you very much for listening. Find us on Facebook, Twitter. We have Patreon. We have Buy Me a Coffee. And we do have our own website, but it's not currently on at the minute. But we're on Riverside, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcast, everything like that. Just look for TakenOffAir.com or TakenOffAir Podcast, and you'll find us. Thank you very much for being on this journey with me, of me talking babble for 30 minutes. We'll see how much this gets edited down by the person editing it, because I'm sure they will have had to piss themselves laughing and then be in tears or some stupid shit. Hi Ash. Or whoever edits. I can't remember who edits. I apologise. Send me a message and call me a moron. Especially on the public forum. Please feel free, honestly. Anyway, thank you very much. I'm off to go and get arrested in a Norwegian prison now. Bye!